This recipe contains 3 of the best things in life: chicken, bacon, cheese, and barbecue sauce. You're going to absolutely love it. Join me as we cook a hunter's chicken. So the ingredient list for this recipe is fairly simple. I've got some thick back bacon. It's quite a traditional British cut of bacon. I've got some chicken breast fillets. I've got some honey barbecue sauce, just to add a bit more flavour to the recipe. And I've got something over there that is masquerading as cheese. So as you can see, that whole recipe costs about £1.30 a serving. Add about an extra £1 for chips and peas, and you've got an amazing meal. Now, let's get cooking. I messed up. I should have said at this point to put oven chips into the oven, as well as put some peas or sweet corn or something like that onto the hob. So that will be what you're serving this meal with. What we want to do now is begin to heat up our hob, and we're just going to give our pan a very quick coating of olive oil, just so our chicken doesn't stick down to it. We're going to let that heat up now. Should take 30 seconds to a minute, and then that'll be hot enough, ready to put in our chicken. So as our pan begins to heat up, what we're going to do is go ahead and grab a chicken breast out of the packet and just bring that over to the pan. You can hear that sizzling straight away, and that's a sign that we've got a good temperature on there and the chicken is beginning to sear. So what we're going to do now is just let the chicken sit on the pan for a couple of minutes just to sear the underside, and then we're going to flip it over just so we can sear the other side as well. So as that chicken cooks, what we do is grab our tongs and just flip that chicken over just so we get it cooking on the other side. You can just see those, the grill marks are starting to appear, which is very nice. So I am using a grill pan here. This is quite an expensive one. It's about £120, but you can get grill pans for a lot less. And if you don't have one of them, then a frying pan will do the exact same job. This one just gives you those sort of grill marks that you see on the chicken, and it just gives it a nice aesthetic by the end. But as I said, a frying pan will do the same job, so no need to have any expensive equipment. So now we've got the chicken breast flipped over, we're just going to let it cook out, and we're just going to wait for it to sort of cook on the other side. So now that I'm happy the chicken is cooked on the other side, I'm just going to flip it over, and I'm just going to pick it up just on the edge, just so we can begin to sear the sides of the breast. You can hear that lovely searing effect. You may see a bit more smoke than usual. Obviously the olive oil is very hot, but also this pan is this pan is new, so it's emitting quite a bit of smoke on its own. I'm hoping it doesn't set off my smoke alarm. So there we go, we've got that near enough seared where we want it. You can see obviously we're not cooked underneath just yet, but that is cooking away quite nicely. Definitely getting some form of cancer off of this hot plate. Kind of hoping it's not setting fire to my table. Hang on. Okay, we're back, and I've raised up my hot plate a little bit, so hopefully that should stop, well, setting fire to my kitchen really. Right, chicken is over the back there. It's becoming quite nicely cooked. You can just see on the bottom it's browned up quite nicely. Just want to reduce that cooking heat a little bit, so I'm just taking it off to the side there, just where it's a little bit cooler, just to help it cool down just a tad. Now, whilst that is cooking, the next thing we're going to do is pull in some bacon, which I've got here. So we're going to grab our bacon slice and we're just going to bring that down onto the pan. Okay, we're just going to let that bacon cook out just for a few seconds. I've now turned the hot plate off completely, so we're just cooking off the residue heat of the pan. So you can just see how hot this cast side is getting just within a few minutes of cooking. So now, as that bacon starts to brown off, we're going to flip that over. You're going to see we're going to get those lovely looking grill marks. That's very, very nice. And we're just going to let that fry out there on the other side. Now you can see here, this is the open bit of the chicken, so I'm actually going to flip that over just so that I pick it up to the heat. And that's just going to help cook the inside of the chicken. Okay, so we're going to take a quick look at our bacon. Yeah, I'm happy that is cooked. We're going to bring our chicken just back onto the centre. And we're just going to pick up our bacon and just plonk it on top like that. Very nice. We're just going to let that cook out. Okay, so as our chicken cooks away, what I'm going to do is just add our fake cheese substitute to the top. Obviously I haven't covered the whole chicken. If you did want to, you can just stick more cheese on there. But as that doesn't taste very nice anyway, I'm going to avoid it. Okay, so what that should do now is that will just keep the inside of the chicken cooking, but it's also going to help melt that cheese over the top of the bacon. So that's going to give a really nice melted cheese effect by the time that we look to serve this, which should be in the next couple of minutes. So we're just going to keep that frying out. I've got about 5 minutes left on my chips. So we're just going to keep going, let the chicken cook, and then we'll plate it. Okay, so as our chicken finishes cooking, we're just going to take that off of the hot plate, bring it onto the plate. I'm just going to bring that to the edge. There's a little bit of rubbish there. I'm not going to worry about that too much, as this is the basics video. And then we're just going to cover that in barbecue sauce, just like that. Wonderful. Now that smells and looks amazing. I'm then just going to add a portion of chips. And I'm also just going to bring in a colander of sweet corn, just as a side addition. Excellent. And that's it. There we have the most amazing Hunter's chicken. Okay guys, so that creates the most wonderful Hunter's chicken. So that was the basic recipe, and as you can see, it's a very affordable meal that is very simple to cook. It's great for a weekday meal if you're just looking for something to cook quickly, but it's also going to taste absolutely lovely. It is one of my absolute favourites, so I recommend that you do give it a go. In the next episode, we'll be looking at how we can advance on this simple meal, how we can look at better ingredients, and how we can present it a little bit better as well. So going to be a little bit more complicated and a little bit more expensive, but again, should be rather simple and still rather cheap. So do join me on the next episode, and please like,